I just want to cover, I know a lot of video bloggers in the Philippines talk about living in the province, if they recommend it. And I'm going to give you my own personal opinion. Now, do I live in the province? No. Have I been to a province? Yes. You have to understand, when you go to the province and you're staying in the province, there is province and then there is province. There is the province that you are still a little bit Americanized, westernized. I'm from the US. And then there is province. Maybe no flushing water, maybe water from the river, maybe the ceiling without a ceiling, only a roof, and how you survive on those. And I know some people are going to say, well, and I'm speaking of the US, I live in the middle of nowhere. Yes, but the middle of nowhere in the US doesn't compare to a province or in the middle of nowhere in the Philippines. There's levels to the middle of nowhere. There's mosquitoes as well. Like I said, I go visit the province. Do I like being in the province? Not really. I like the city. I like the air conditioner. I like being able to go to the mall and selecting a bigger variety of items that I could get that are Americanized or westernized and items that resemble those things. The most I stayed in the province, I believe, is 4 days, 5 days. And for me, the biggest downfall is the groceries. Yes, you get, I don't want to say fresh meat, but you get the same type of meats. When it comes to other products or ingredients, it's a little bit more different. Yes, you could come to the city and pick them up, but at the same time, sometimes you need something spontaneous to make something. And sometimes you forget things. When it comes to air conditioner, like I said, there's province and then there's province. No air conditioner, no nothing. And I stayed in a place with no air conditioner and it's hotter. A fan. When it comes to water, once again, where we stayed at, I don't know where they get the water, honestly, the drinking water, but I know they have to travel. That's another thing you need to think about. A vehicle, if you're going to be over there. Or something, because there is no jeepney, there's no easy transportation to go get from one place to another, unless you're living in a province that supplies those things. And like I said, and what I do recommend, if you're trying to come to the Philippines and you're thinking of the province, first try the city. Try the city, see if you can survive in the city, and just think it's a little bit more worse in the province when it comes to Western items and things that you might like from the Western. Another thing you might say, well, I live in the middle of nowhere with no fan, with no air conditioner. Once again, you're in the Philippines. What part of the US you're from, or what part of a Western country you're from. If you're from the northern part of the US, it doesn't get that hot compared to the Philippines. As a matter of fact, I met this couple. They started talking to us, and they're from Chicago. They spend half of the year in Chicago, the other half in the Philippines. In the southern part of the United States, they call them snowbirds. Why? Because when it gets cold up north, they go to the south where it's winter, but it's still warm. In the Philippines, there's no such thing as that. It's always warm. It's always hot. So you don't get to travel. You don't get to fluctuate your weather. And that's all I got. I just wanted to cover, if you're coming to the Philippines, trying to do province because you're trying to save money, I don't think that's the right way to go. You could find somewhere in the city that is not that expensive. Because I know certain individuals that live in the city that make $440, $450, 500 pesos, which is around $8 to $9 a day. And they survive. They pay a lease, they buy food, and so on. They might not have air conditioner, they might save on electricity, but that's what you're doing in the province. You could do the same thing in the city. If you add the air conditioner, then it's a little bit more money. How much more? I'll cover it in another video because I went from a month without air conditioner here in the city to a month with air conditioner. So I could see the price difference if you add an air conditioner. Other people will give you a price, but it's already included without knowing how much is with and without a air conditioner. And that's all I got. I just wanted to cover this. I just wanted to say, if you're a Westerner coming to the Philippines, try the city first. Look at the stores, look at the malls. For me, the mall with the most Western food products to buy when it comes to groceries is Metro. Metro has the most variety, in my opinion, compared to, once you get here, you understand what I'm saying. Metro is like Ayala. There's SM. They still have some Western, but not as much as Metro. And then they have Robinson groceries. I believe it's called Market. And like I said, for me, Metro has the most. I'm speaking of Cebu. Maybe Manila has a bigger variety of grocery stores, and some might resemble more of a Western area. Another thing that I want to cover is that living in the province, I'm not sure if Amazon goes over there. For me, I order products from Amazon and they arrive here in the city. I order stuff from the US. When it comes to groceries or food product, you don't get as many as in the US, but you get some. And you're able to buy certain things. I'll give you an example. I'm from the US, but I like Mexican food. As you could tell, my parents were Mexican, my skin, and I like to buy this, not flour tortilla to make tortillas, but the maize. I buy it, I make it over here, and I cannot find it over here precisely to make it. So I get it from the US. There's other products that I get from the US that I eat over here. I get the chilies from over there because the chilies over here, the dry ones, they don't sell, or I cannot find them compared to me purchasing them from Amazon. And that's another thing. I don't know if they deliver to the provinces, or it might take longer, or whatever the case might be. And if you're wondering what kind of items they do, I do recommend you to go to Amazon, put an address in the Philippines, and it will tell you what you could buy. It will tell you the fees. At the same time, there's some of them that if you buy $49, it's free shipping. So you have to buy X amount of things to reach $49, so you could get it for free here in the Philippines from the US. And that's all I got. One pointer, and if I recommend it. For me, I cannot survive. I could survive, but I'm gonna be disgruntled. I'm not gonna be happy being over there compared to air conditioner, walking around, knowing that I could go to places, or fast food chain restaurants over here that are in the US, like McDonald's, KFC. There's Texas Roadhouse here in Cebu, Chili's, TGI Friday. Those are a little bit more expensive. And Burger King, those are a little bit cheaper, that you could go there and still taste something Americanized or Westernized. And the last thing I want to cover is that the McDonald's, the KFC, and the Burger King, like if you go to Thailand, it tastes a little bit different, or you could tell the big difference between that restaurant in Thailand compared to the one in the United States. The one in the Philippines is a little bit closer. Same thing with the export items. If you go to Japan and you buy a Dorito bag, it tastes significantly different than the one in the the one in the United States. But if you get it from the Philippines, here in the Philippines, it's closer to the one in the United States or identical. And that's another pro of not only being in the city, but the Philippines. And that's all I got. Thank you. Thank you for watching.